Hey, how's it going? This is Baz from Stoic Gaming Podcast. It is August 30th, 2015, and we're all a little intoxicated. It is, I just said the date. I'm here with Chris and Jenna. As always, say hi, guys.
What's up?
We're all a little drunk. What's going on? I have been drinking, hold on, I'll show you the box. It's not your father's root beer. They don't really tell you whose the fuck it is, but we know it's not your father's, right? And I'm a good ways into this rack.
Oh, Lord.
How's it going, Chris?
It's going pretty good, Brad. How are you doing?
I'm doing fucking great, man.
That's awesome.
Jenna, how you doing?
I'm good. Yeah. You're okay.
Oh, I love podcasting. What are you drinking, Jenna?
I'm drinking mimosas. I've been drinking these since 3 o'clock. So.
That same one? You fucking lightweight.
No, this is like my fourth. So
Okay.
yeah, glasses are bigger than the last.
Chris, what did you drink? Because I'm under the impression that you finished whatever you were drinking at this point.
Well, I had a fit the Jim Beam, but it's all fucking gone. I got nothing left. I'm sad.
You probably should have got like a third or some shit. It would have lasted a little longer.
I had no idea it needed that much today.
Alright. So how's everybody doing? Well, we got most of the giggles out. I think we're good for the most part.
I think we're good for a little bit. I don't know what that was. The fucking
Oh, that was
fit
fun.
of laughter.
That was fun. We were pseudo laughing at how horrible Hangouts was working for this. That's the first thing.
Yeah.
That was pretty bad. So we're back on Skype, which is also equally as horrible. That's why everybody's so fucking white. So,
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I ain't got shit to say. I was gonna come up with some witty chattering intro, but I ain't got shit to say. So we're gonna move right on into the fucking news. Right? This is why we got a podcast in the evening and not like 1 o'clock in the fucking morning. I'm just saying.
Agreed.
Touche.
Unless you really want something goofy and very all over the place.
Well, I don't know what you guys are talking about, but I'm about to crack this fucking beer again. Alright, so in the fucking news, and now the news.
The news.
Dun dun dun.
I did sing an epic song in the pregame tonight, but you'll have to hear it next week when I can do some editing on it and make it super ultra mega epic.
That was
Pregame.
the best song I've probably heard in a long time.
It was off
Yeah.
the cuff,
Off the
man.
cuff.
It was off the cuff. So
Beautiful.
yeah, we'll get it. That'll be your cue to come back next week and come back. So
That's because you were watching that World Domination, man. You got it in your fucking blood now.
singing epic adventure songs is now in my fucking blood. Because I'm gonna be a battle rapper singing fucking folklore. Like that's what's gonna fucking
About video games on top of that.
Video games. So, yeah, the song we were chatting, and the song was basically about what the fuck is Fable Legends, right? And it's non-disclosure agreement. We'll talk about it next week. So maybe I'll remaster it. I'll write some actual lyrics and I'll re-sing the whole fucking thing.
Remember, you're not violating the NDA if you sing about it. It just says no talking about it.
That's true. That's kind of how that
Where the
all
song
sprouted.
came
Yeah.
from.
Yeah. So maybe we'll put an actual song with a beat and some music and the whole nine together. That'd be pretty sick.
Oh wow.
I like it.
Get our own
So-
band.
Yeah. So yeah. In the news, what do we
In
got
the
on the docket? Minecraft story mode. What do you guys know about it?
Nothing.
Exactly.
I know
See-
it's a Telltale game. That's all I know.
It's a Telltale game. So you guys have heard of this game Minecraft that's kind of sweeping the nation, right?
It's that new one, right?
Yeah, it's got them epic graphics, right? Well, Minecraft's actually a pretty awesome game. I gotta give credit where credit's due. And I'm sure Notch is sitting in his house that he bought out from under fucking Kanye and Kardashian and just loving life right now. That happened. So,
That's crazy.
yeah, $2.1 billion he pocketed off the sale of Minecraft. Yeah. And 5 years ago, he was just making a fucking goofy game in his fucking basement. Go Notch. So Minecraft Story Mode now, this is a deal that was made prior to the Microsoft acquisition, but as most people can tell, Microsoft hasn't really fucked with Minecraft too much. It's still putting out updates on every platform under the sun. They did push out their own little Windows 10 version of Minecraft that's kind of locked down from add-ons, and it's free to anybody with Windows 10. They are already selling character skins in it. a la the Xbox 10 version or Xbox One version. Why isn't it
So
the
is that
Xbox
what-
10? That would make more sense.
Not to interrupt, is that what they did with it? Because I haven't played the Windows 10 version, so they made it so it wasn't freeform moddable.
Yeah, they have basically, in a nutshell, I think they took the mobile version that's on like Android and iOS. They took that mobile version, wrapped a Windows 10 wrapper around it, and pushed it out on Windows 10. It's essentially what it is. It's the mobile version. Oh god.
I gotcha.
So Minecraft Story Mode is a deal that was made between Mojang and Telltale, and in typical Telltale fashion, it's going to be a story, choose your own adventure style game in the Minecraft universe. And they put out some graphics. It looks pretty cool, and now they're going to let you pick your own character, and all of them are going to be voiced. I think there was like 6 or 8 characters or some shit, and all of them seem to be voiced by different people. And yeah, it seems like they're really kind of putting their ass into it. That's first for Telltale. They've never actually let you choose who you're going to be in the game. It would be awesome if the main character got killed in the first episode.
It makes sense for a Minecraft game to
Are you
let
kidding me?
pick your own character.
5 years Minecraft's been out, and it's only been in the last 6 months that you've been able to pick somebody besides Steve. Unless you
Female or
uploaded this
male.
game.
That's
Yeah.
true.
But yeah, I think it looks pretty good. I'm down. I think enough said. So,
I'll end up trying it, I'm sure.
speaking of
Yeah,
adventure
I-
games,
I love Telltale games, so.
I still haven't done the last 2 episodes of Game of Thrones, and I don't know why. I don't have a reason to why I haven't gotten around to doing it. I just haven't
Same.
done it. I have it. I just haven't done it. I did the first
I
2
haven't
seasons,
either.
the first 3 episodes. I loved them. They were awesome. Just haven't gotten around to it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, yeah. I'm the same way, but I only did the first episode, and nothing stopped me other than just I kept not thinking about it. Like when The Walking Dead was out, I played that nonstop, but
You know, I still haven't finished season 2. I'm only like halfway through season 2 for the last like 8 months now.
oh, it's a great,
I know. I don't know. And I heard
great
you,
season.
you could beat Clementine and all that good shit and fucking yeah.
Well, yeah.
Just haven't gotten around to it. So, Dark Age of Camelot, I was unaware is actually a thing still. And I never played it. Somehow this missed my radar. I'm not quite sure the timeline that Dark Age of Camelot came out. I guess it was the first true, awesome PvP MMO that came out, and it had like Realm versus Realm, and that was kind of its thing. I knew a lot of people that loved it but never actually played it. But Jenna, you said earlier in the pregame that you have played it, so you want to speak on what Dark Age Camelot is? And
Dark Age of Camelot was just freaking awesome for its time. It came out about 2001, and it was 3 factions. You had the Nordic, which was Midgard, and then you had the Albians, which were like the Brits and the English, and then of course you had the Hibernians, which were your freaking elves and fairies, and it's all green and lush and Ireland-like. And basically there were 3 factions, and you had your own starting area where you would level for PvE, and then you would go into, it's called RVR, which is Realm versus Realm, and it was woods and forest and whatever, and you would attack each other's keeps. They weren't keeps you built, however. They were just keeps that were already there, and people would go and try to take them and take them over. So it was a lot of defense, a lot of offense, and it was probably the most fun I have ever had in a video game. And people, they did have like battlegrounds too, and they had like rivers and bridges, and you could like just get stealthers, and it was kind of bad because you could get a group of stealthers into a keep, no one would know they were there. You'd be all about to just take that flag to flip it over, and bam, you just get like one-shotted by like 6 different stealthers. But that was also fun to do.
So
it was a really good game.
do we know if is it still subscription based? Is it free to play based? Is it what's going
As far as
on with DAOC?
As far as I know, it was subscription. I haven't touched that in years.
I didn't know it was still out. I thought it was something that had come and gone, and like, so yeah, saw a little bit of news that it was putting some content out. Speaking of games that were supposed to take that Realm versus Realm mantle on, Guild Wars 2. I did play this extensively when it first came out. I absolutely loved it because I feel like they sat down. So Guild Wars 2 is kind of a funny story. Like, World of Warcraft was doing its thing. Star Wars The Old Republic came out and very clearly was a WoW clone. In most senses, right? A very good, well-executed WoW clone, but a WoW clone nonetheless, right? And I think that was kind of a time period where people were sick of playing WoW and wanted something different. And Guild Wars 2 kind of flipped everything on its head. Like, every single thing they took system, they were like, how can we do this different from WoW? And kind of shoved it out the door. And I loved it, and I think it had like 70 levels at launch or some shit. It was like a ridiculous amount of levels. And I leveled and leveled and leveled, and I had a Necromancer up to fucking level 65 or some shit. But it turned around, and the only content at the end of the game was Realm versus Realm. So I was like, alright, I'll get into this Realm versus Realm PvP thing, and I jumped into the maps, and I started realizing that all your gear is homogenized when you're in Realm versus Realm. So the gear that you earn is purely cosmetic. We're Barbie dolling. It's literally purely cosmetic. So that kind of turned me off. I was like, there's no progression in this. Like, you're still fighting, and you're fighting for shinies. And then when I realized that no matter how badass of a guild you get in, it's just a horde roaming around the map fucking devouring shit. And no matter how coordinated your attack or defense is, you can't stop that horde from just fucking barrel-assing around the map. And it wasn't fun unless you join the horde, and then that's not fun either because you're just in this chaotic fucking cloud of people just swarming around the map. So I was like, well, okay, let's jump into some PvE raids and stuff, right? And there's zero PvE endgame content in this game. So now they're coming out with raids. They're going to put raids into the game, and the core game is going to be completely free, which means it's going from buy to play to free to play. Thoughts? Nothing. Like, yeah, that's
I probably
great.
still won't play.
Cool story,
it's,
bro.
It's not like it's a bad game or anything. It's just not interesting to me. It doesn't grab me and make me want to do anything in it.
Did you play Guild Wars 1?
Briefly. I played it right before Guild Wars 2 came out.
Yeah, Guild Wars, I could see that, because the lore is completely uninteresting if you haven't played Guild Wars 1. They kind of tie into each other. Speaking of games going free to play, WildStar is very soon going free to play, and I decided to step back into the Nexus after I had noticed they had charged me $15. I was like, well, fuck it, I might as well play this game a little bit before it goes free to play. And I was pleasantly surprised at how solid I think that game actually is, and I really don't know why it started failing. So I don't know, have you guys had any interactions with WildStar or the like? No.
I have not played it.
I need
no.
cricket sounds that I can play on my fucking soundboard.
It looked really cool, but I'm just... It's like I told you the other day we talked about it, when people were trying to get me to play Arcade. My biggest problem with any of those games is I'm over tab targeting. I'm over click targeting.
WildStar's
We
action
recently
based.
tried to play EverQuest again. I'm just
For the record.
I'm just so over that shit. There's no interaction with it. It bores me to fucking tears.
WildStar's action based combat. It's not tab target.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's
See,
action-based
I thought
combat.
it was tab target. So
They have it.
I was misinformed.
It's very odd because it's not tab target. It's action based combat, but your mouse isn't locked to the screen. Does that make sense? It's got World of Warcraft
Yeah, that makes
controls,
sense,
but you have to physically aim and hit people with your attacks, which to me was kind of clunky. But I found an add-on. It's got a psychotically good add-on API, I guess you would say, and there's an add-on called Steer, which activates a built-in mouse lock function that they never actually allowed people to access before, if that makes sense. Like, they put it in the game, but they never fleshed it out. So essentially what it does, the way the add-on is defaulted, is whenever you're holding a movement key or you're in combat, the mouse locks. As soon as you're not moving and you're not in combat, it unlocks. Which sounds really weird until you use it, and it's super, super fluid like that. Because all you gotta do is stand still and you can move the mouse. Yeah, it sounds really weird, but once you start playing with it, you're like, holy shit, this is a really brilliant way of doing this. Because I've played games where the mouse is locked and you're like, how do I fucking click on things? And you're just kind of looking around. So all you do, usually when you click on things, you're not really running around. You know what I mean? So it's solid. I recommend people, especially when it goes free to play, jump in and try it out and see how it's working.
I might try it. I'll give it a shot, especially since because I really thought it was tab target. So
yeah, no, it's
Now that I
completely
know
action
that-
based. They got this thing called the telegraph system, which I haven't played endgame a lot, hardly at all. But basically, when you cast a move, right, it shows a colored outline on the ground of where that move's gonna hit. Please flex. The chat room wants me to flex. Does that say flex?
Thanks.
Please fix. Please fix. Thank you.
And I don't know who this gym guy you're speaking of is, but I don't think he's my type. So anyways, but yeah, so it puts these colored things, and then when enemies attack you too, it puts these colored things on the ground. And you could kind of, there's a lot of dodging, double tap dodging and stuff. It's solid. It's got really solid combat. UI is really clean. It's super configurable, just like WoW. You know, it's pretty good. So this next one, Bullet G on the show notes, is yours, Chris, and I don't know.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the Borderlands movie.
No.
I just-
G. Oh, G. Did I say
Yeah,
G? Did you
that's
switch the
G.
letters? F.
Ooh,
Okay.
wow,
yeah.
that's a jump.
Very
I
nice
just,
shot.
I just put that on there because it was cool. They released the cover art for the Battlefront, and it looks really cool. It's got like a fucking AT on it. It's cool looking. That's all. I just put it on there for that.
Word.
There's nothing
Battlefront
really
armor.
to talk about with that one.
Hold on. Here we go. Let me see if I
you
can.
You gonna pull it up and show it?
I think I can, maybe. This is going to be clunky as hell, but... there it is.
I'm still
All
waiting
right,
for it.
there you
'cause
go.
I'm
I
so
am,
far behind.
yeah.
Yeah, you'll see it. We're on YouTube, everybody, by the way. We're on YouTube. Sorry, Twitch. You shouldn't have done
It
us
was good
wrong.
times, Twitch.
It was okay. It was alright. And there's like a dude with a gun, and yeah. So yeah, Battlefront cover art. That's pretty cool. When's that game launching?
I don't remember. I'd have to look. I think it's November, but I'm not 100%.
Oh, so I got a couple months. We'll get around to it. I'm sure we'll all
Oh,
be
it
playing it
sucks
when it
is they
comes out.
got we got that coming, and then also Fallout 4 coming the same fucking time, basically.
Oh,
so
you
I'm
better
like, hell,
believe I'm burying myself fucking waist deep in Fallout 4, man. Like, fuck Battlefront. I'll play Battlefront,
too,
but Fallout 4 is getting my undivided attention. I'll probably do a series on the fucking YouTube page and whatnot.
I think Fallout 4 comes out before Battlefront.
Does
It's
it?
like a week or so before.
So, our favorite piece of vaporware, Star Citizen, is, that was a good opening, right? Its social module is out. I haven't played this yet. I just today found this out, and I haven't got a chance to boot it up and log in. We'll do a stream about that. But the social module, in essence, I'm assuming you can log in, and there's a chat box in it. They said you can talk to people, and like I don't know, /dance maybe. Like what the fuck else is gonna be in there? I don't know. So I mean, there's content coming out, but yay.
Hopefully they didn't hire the Diablo 3 dance guy to make the dances for that too.
Then you'll be playing karate in another game.
Oh my god. And I will be having epileptic seizures.
And I will be river dancing.
Oh, Chris, I just want you to know you just became a GIF. That's happening after. That's happening after the
I'm
podcast.
perfectly fine with that.
Oh, and it's going on the website. That GIF's going on the website. So.
I just saw it in the fucking
You just
Excellent gift. Excellent gift.
he just became a GIF. So, yeah, Star Citizen module, whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, starts. I'm tired of fucking hearing about Star Citizen.
I want to see it. I'm done hearing about it. I'm done walking around my hangar. I'm done doing that really horrible fucking whatever space flight shit they got out right now. I want to shoot shit with my gun. I want to board other people's spaceships and fucking make it happen. Damn it.
So you want Rust in space?
Space. Yeah. I
Rust
do.
in space.
I do.
That's
Well,
a
they
mod.
promised.
Work on that.
One of the things they had, that's a serious fucking mod. One of the things they had discussed with Star Citizen was that you would be able to disable other people's ships, dock to them, board their ship, and like kill them or dump them out the hatch or whatever, and like steal their ship and shit. Like that was a thing.
So there's talking in this game. I really hate it now.
What?
You can't handle any game with docking in it.
Jesus
I'm not a
Christ.
big fan. I'm not a huge fan.
I'm glad we're marked for adults this fucking podcast. Moving the fuck on.
Are you sure we're actually grown-ups if we can't stop laughing about docking?
It's a thing, you know. I'm sure people do it. There'll be a link in the show notes.
This is why you shouldn't let us do this after
Fucking
midnight.
yeah, right. We're like fucking mogwais, man. Don't let us drink after midnight.
Don't let us drink or podcast after
Gremlins,
midnight.
man.
All right, man. That's what mogwais are. Yeah, that's what mogwais
Shut
are.
up.
So, Borderlands movie. This was not mine. Whose note is this?
It has
Is
to
you,
be
Chris?
Chris's.
Jenna's like,
it was just-
let me finish that for you, Jenna, because I don't put anything on the show notes except for supplements.
Yeah, exactly.
Space Butt Pirates. Nice, Scott. Thank you.
So,
But pirates with dinosaurs.
Borderlands movie.
Terrible fucking idea. I stumbled upon this on IGN earlier. I was just looking around for shit, and I saw this that it's actually
A thing.
going to be a thing, and that's just I can't think of a worse game to have a movie for.
I played the
Is
game
it-
and I don't even know what the fucking story was. Like,
It's an amazing game. It should stay that way, but as a movie, that's just
it's gonna be an hour and a half of a guy fucking modding his rifle. Like, that's
one-liners.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be an hour and a half of one-liners. We've already had that. We have Bruce Campbell.
Look, it's all,
We don't need more.
it needs to be directed by you, Bull. That's all I gotta say.
Oh God.
And it needs to open up with Claptrap, and not like a nice CG Claptrap. I mean like a guy in a suit. Then it'll be awesome.
Hello, I'm Claptrap. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's a good idea, but we'll see what happens. We'll wait to see more
yeah.
coming out about it.
And like I've been saying, I think the World of Warcraft movie is going to be 100 times better and more quality and put together right. Assassin's Creed movie is also on the horizon. Saw pictures of that. That's floating around the interwebs. It looks alright. I don't know how I feel about it, but do what you got to do. If it's good, it's good. If it's bad, fuck you. I want my hour and a half of my life back.
And your $17.
So Kerbal, it's like $100 to go to the movie with 4 people now. I just want you to know. I got like a large popcorn, 2 drinks, and some fucking Reese's Pieces or some shit. And it was, Fassbender. That's not how you spell his name at all, but alright. Fassbender, Michael Fassbender is going to be playing the dude. I don't know which dude he's going to be playing, but he's going to be playing a dude from Assassin's Creed. I don't know what the plot is yet.
It's a guy running around killing people.
But yeah, so
It's gonna be
a
fantastic.
large popcorn, a bag of fucking Reese's Pieces, and 2 large sodas was like fucking $50 at the movie theater. I could have had a nice Olive Garden meal for that price.
Well, you know about the theaters
Can't-
that serve alcohol, right?
Yeah, we don't have those around here. I don't know why.
Can you imagine what the prices are in there?
They're not that bad. I went into one of those places. I spent $50, and that was the ticket, like 2 or 3 craft beers and a big ass burger. So
$50.
For one person, though.
I have a family, motherfucker.
well, I hope you're not taking your entire fucking family in there. I'm just saying.
It's just me, my wife, and 2 kids.
You probably
Anyways,
couldn't take your kids into the.
I don't. Yeah, I don't- you can't
9 out
really
of
take
10
it.
times I go to the
Yeah.
movies, it's me and my son, and that's it. So, and he holds
Sure, you
his
can
liquor
smuggle
well.
him into your-
He's fine.
You get him in there, have him drink a couple beers.
Dude, so I was at fucking Texas Roadhouse today, and I sit down at the bar next to my father-in-law, and Marco's on the other side of me, and I look at the bartender and I ordered 2 Sam Adams Oktoberfest talls. Right? She looks at me, and then she looks at Marco, and she looks back at me, and she's like, 2? And I thought about playing along for a second because she didn't realize I was with my father-in-law, and I kind of looked at him finally, and she's like, "Oh, so what will he be drinking?" And I was like, "Orange soda." He's 5. Moving on. Thought it was
Moving
funny. So Kerbal Space Program heading to the Wii U. That's a thing. Kerbal Space Program. Space create a fucking rocket out of parts and fly it into space and fail miserably 9,000 times before you finally get out of orbit to fail again. So I love it. I've never failed so much in a game and loved it in my life. It's one of my favorite games I think of all time. It has no equal in its style of gameplay. I don't know how well that's going to translate to the Wii U, truthfully, or any console. As we all know, consoles suck here on Stoic Gaming.
It doesn't seem like a console-friendly game, as though there's too much going on, and I'm afraid that when they port it over, there's going to be so much loss in translation. It's not going to be the same game.
What about the possibility of building your ship on the gamepad on the touchscreen?
Yeah, that.
It's probably where they're
might work.
going with that.
Might work, but
It's probably where they're going with it.
that would be the only way it would work, I would think, because you don't have enough control with a fucking
Ooh.
an actual controller to do the stuff you do in
Analog
Kerbal.
stick controlled mouse cursor.
Oh god.
That's a mouthful.
Yeah, that'd be
To get-
horrible.
Just to get a ship out of orbit would take you like 6 days.
You
to
wouldn't do
fucking
it.
complete.
And also the console crowd, is this really meant for the console crowd and the Nintendo crowd on top of that? They're gonna be like, Apoesis. What the fuck is an Apoesis?
Probably not. The Nintendo crowd's gonna be like, "Where's Link?"
The periapsis and the apoapsis and like, yeah, right? That little green dude don't look a damn thing like Mario.
Yeah, that was only for 30 days. I heard enough about the nerd. I could
I don't
see
think
more.
Cool Breeze is a big fan of Kerbal.
Yeah, sounds like you may have killed it for him before he even played it.
I believe Jebediah Kerbal on my game is still to this day stranded on the moon.
I remember that story.
Jebediah.
I believe Jebediah is still on the fucking moon.
I'm sure he's dead as fuck by now.
No, he's alright. He's alright. He's good.
Got those MRAs, he's good.
He had a couple MREs in the bag. He's good.
Those will last forever.
So here's an interesting story, right? So 2 people were arrested at the Pokemon Championships with an AR-15, an assault shotgun, and a metric ass ton of ammo. They were on Facebook the day prior, standing in front of their hoopty ass car with the guns and the ammo crossed over the back of their trunk and looking at the camera, and they were like, all ready for the Pokemon Championship, right? Drove halfway across the country to the Pokemon Championship, somehow probably ran their mouths about their guns or some shit or whatever, and they look young, 18, 19 years old, right? And somehow word got back to the security guards made them search their car, found the guns, called the cops, kids get arrested, right? Who the fuck wants to shoot up the Pokemon Championships? What the fuck did they do to you, dude?
Someone who
Leave them
lost a lot.
Charizards alone, man. Squirtle doesn't have shit to do with you. You need to back the fuck up.
I don't even know what to say about all that. That's just fucking crazy.
Grand Theft Pokemon is coming.
Man, these kids are all crazy these days.
Yeah, man. I mean, they wanted to collect them all, I guess. I don't fucking know, man. They had to catch them all.
Guess they wanted to be the only Pokemasters in the world or something.
That's it. That's insane.
They realize it's not like the Sith, right? There can be more than just one.
Yeah, right? So, moving on into what we're playing. What are you playing, Jenna?
Diablo 3.
Chris?
Also Diablo 3 and Heroes and Rust and all sorts of other random shit whenever the mood strikes me. But mostly Diablo 3, at least for the past 2 days.
Yeah, so Season 4 launched of Diablo 3, for those that aren't aware, and if you get to... Season 4, yeah, Season 4. And if you get to level 70, they give you throw some Heroes of the Heroes of the Storm. Let me have a drink on that one. Cheers, everybody. Heroes of the Storm. And, wow, people still play WoW? I'm impressed. So, Heroes of the Storm, and I said that 4 times now. They're throwing
Heroes of the Storm, everybody.
They're
Heroes
throwing
of the
goodies
Storm.
for you in HOTS. I think it's a mount and fucking a player frame or unit frame or some shit. So, what else? There's something else. If you finish what do you get if you finish the whole thing?
Well, I don't know about the whole thing. I just know that if you finish chapters 1 through 4, because I'm working on the end of 4 right now, there are people that have already finished the entire fucking thing because they're incredibly efficient at this game.
How do you
Terra.
kill that which has
Terra.
no life?
But he hasn't finished 5 through 8, I don't think.
Oh, he hasn't? I'm surprised.
I don't think he has. But I know 1 through 4 you get a pet and
Oh,
a
that little
new
blue dog
emblem.
thing. Yeah.
What's that? Yeah.
That little blue dog looking thing?
Yeah.
I want
yeah.
that.
Yeah, me too. I'm like done with... I think I'm nearing the end of chapter 2 right now. So we'll see. It's coming along.
One of these days you'll get back on there and play with the rest of us that are in Paragon levels already.
I know.
I don't know. I had to go do that
Liar.
real life thing today.
I hate that game.
Yeah, the graphics were awesome, but the gameplay sucked. It's like, the internet went down today and I had to hang out with my family. They seem like nice people.
So I have a generator in case we lose power. I don't really have to hang out with anybody too much.
Yeah.
There you
go. Panic rooms and Rust.
That's all you, man. I find it hilarious that if anybody that's watching, other than the people that are always watching, because they're always the same people and they're the ones that play with us, you'll know that Brett has this thing he likes to do where we get on a server, and the first thing Brett does is fuck everybody else. I have a panic room.
That's right.
And this is his room that he goes to whenever anything happens. If someone chops down a tree near him, he goes to his
You're
panic
so
room.
full of shit. There's nothing wrong with having a holy fuck room, alright?
He's the trail of ants coming from the outside to the inside, and where do you think we find Brett?
Those are some big ants. Them ants are the size of chihuahuas,
if he
alright?
thinks about monsters in another game, he runs to the panic room because he's afraid they might cross genre and get him.
Leave my panic room alone. Stay the fuck out of my panic room.
It's okay. Nakey has been building panic rooms too, so it's like, and now it's a disease that is spreading.
It is a thing, yeah. It is a new thing. So I think we all started to now.
Yeah.
See, it's contagious. Everybody wants their panic room.
I just want one so I can hide my shit too.
Dude, sometimes...
We all own the server by hiding in our fucking panic rooms.
I'm not going to mention any servers by name, but once in a while, a server admin decides he wants to hack your fucking base, and somehow everybody dies except for the one lone motherfucker in the panic room. I'm just throwing that out that fucking happened, alright?
Yeah, but they were French. We all knew that they were...
They were French-Canadian.
Big Jar Jar dude.
Oh, gee. We weren't mentioning names here.
I wasn't. I was singing a song.
Yeah.
Big Jar Jar dude.
So, Skyforge. I played Skyforge, and Skyforge...
was fun.
Did you play it? Did you get down on it? So I think their combat system is absolutely genius.
Yeah.
I think it's pure genius. I don't know what the fuck the story is about.
I don't know.
Go Korea! So
I thought Skyforge was.
oh, it's Russian. Yeah, it's made from the people that made Allies Online. That's right.
Yeah.
How do you say that? Russian?
Russian?
Russian.
No, the accent. Guys.
Russisch.
Oh yes, no, this is very good, the Russian game, yes, it comes straight from Mother Russia.
The game's solid. The graphics are great. I think it's gonna probably get kind of grindy. Something about it seemed very stiff to me.
Yeah, I can see it getting really grindy.
I liked it off the bat, but
I did too. A lot of it is very instanced, just like most things.
They commented on that. They actually mentioned that in one of their dev blogs. They were like, look, we want an open world. We'd love for this game to be open world, but the tech we're using, it's just not possible. We'd have to dumb down our graphics. There's a lot of things that have to dumb down to make that happen. So they're going with more of the small instance maps to kind of make that happen. And they're not happy about that. But at this late in the game, I don't see that changing.
Well, that's fine. There's nothing really inherently wrong with it. It's just not my favorite. But I enjoyed it. I think the action combat would keep me coming back to it more and more if I wasn't already addicted to Diablo again. But it was a solid game. The little bit that I played, because I only made it through the very beginning tutorial, and then I ended up in this huge fucking room with this giant 3D holographic globe, and I didn't know what the fuck I was supposed to do, so I just kind of logged off. I was like, I guess I'll come back to that in a little while.
It kind of leads you in the right direction here and there, you know?
It pokes you, yeah. You're not totally blind. It pokes you in the right direction every once in a while.
It was funny, we were playing EverQuest the other day, and I'm all into it, and we're running around killing some kind of fucking trolls or some shit. And I'm looking at my screen, I had decked out my UI, and I had 3 action bars at the bottom, right? And the only thing on those action bars were taunt and throw stone. So I was like, man, what the fuck are all these action bars for? So I'm like, hey, Chris, man, when do we get any more abilities? You don't get no more abilities, that's it. I was like, I'm supposed to be an epic world-saving fucking dwarf, and I get throw stone. That's my fucking...
Hold on.
That's my fucking ability.
Because we're like level fucking 7.
Yeah.
Once you get into your alternate advancement and stuff, you get a lot of shit that you had to put on your hotbars, a lot of abilities. But until you get And they added some small ones beforehand. But till you get level 50 and then higher, yeah, you run up, you auto attack and taunt. That's it.
And throw rocks.
And yeah, the throw stone is supposed to just be a really cheap way to fucking
Pull.
aggro something to you. Yeah, just to
I got a
pull
bow now, so I can shoot shit with a bow.
something. They made. I think it was made with the intent is like because a lot of times I played the warrior my entire EverQuest career,
Yeah.
and I can't tell you how many fucking times I'd run out of damn arrows in a group that I'd be in for 12 hours killing the same fucking gnolls, but I'd run out of arrows and like shit, I can't pull now. I got to run up to them and stuff, and it was just a real hassle. So I think that's why they added that in there.
Well, I mean, it's kind of hard to feel like a badass armor-clad warrior when you're throwing rocks at shit. I'm just saying, hey, Mr. 12-foot ogre. Ugh.
That's badass. What are you talking about? Boom, come get it.
Man. So I just got to figure out what to do with the other 30 empty action bar buttons on my screen.
How the fuck are you a 12-foot tall armor-clad warrior as a dwarf? That's like 2 foot tall, bro.
No, the guy I'm throwing the rock at's 12 foot tall.
I was gonna say, remember, 6 inches is really 12 in man speak. So.
Look, this is 6 inches, okay? I don't know who lied to you, but this is what I've been taught, okay?
All right. Moving the fuck on. Fallout Shelter.
Woo!
So I'm playing it on my computer. I'm using a program called Duos. It's Duos, and it is a free Android emulator. And I'm playing it on my computer, and it plays surprisingly well. I found out that's one of the only games I have that plays surprisingly well on my computer, because everything else you need to swipe shit for. So yeah, that was a weird thing to realize. I tried playing Champions Online, Marvel fighting game, which is awesome. Play it on my cell phone, and it's really hard to swipe with a mouse. It's doable. It's not comfortable.
Yeah,
You hold the mouse button and it's weird. But Fallout Shelter works really good, so that sucked away about a day and a half of my life away on the PC, and I've been playing it on my cell phone as well.
I love that game. That's fun.
It's a good game. It's solid. I wonder if they'll add stuff to it after the main title launches.
November 10th.
I don't know.
November 10th?
November 10th.
It needs to happen.
Is that the day that my life ends?
That is today. We're all gonna go, back into our little holes and not come out of our house for like a week and a half.
Why aren't you on TeamSpeak? Fuck you, Fallout. I don't need to be on TeamSpeak for that shit.
Cutscenes.
Right. Shut up at the cutscene. Shut up.
Yeah, that was what we did when in Star Wars.
Oh my god, you remember Star Wars? It was like, shut the fuck up, I'm watching a cutscene!
Those cutscenes were really good, though.
Yeah, but and Jenna was around back then. We had to have like 40 people in the Mumble server. And then this cutscene comes on, you're all fucking into it, and everybody's like, blah blah blah, penis and docking, and blah 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 blah.
Anal this and that, oh my god, Grinder, and I'm like, what?
Grindr wasn't out back then, but yeah.
Yeah, it was.
No, it wasn't. Facebook was barely out back then. We're all on MySpace.
Chat roulette to fucking communicate.
Damn near. Damn near.
Because I had a long talk with somebody on our TeamSpeak or our Mumble back then about that app. So.
Scott has something to share with the group, I'm just saying.
Scott loves anal. Yeah.
This just got really dark.
That's my best friend. That is Scott. You don't know him. He's awesome. But you
It's
need
cool.
to know him.
It's cool. He can hop in he can play with us on After Hours.
Yeah. Scott, play After Hours.
So, what are we going to play on After Hours?
I'm playing goddamn
Diablo 2.
Diablo.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm going to Diablo 3. I have been playing a lot of Hearthstone lately. I was kind of disappointed. I don't know what I expected, but the what's it called? The tournament, the fucking tournament Argent. The fucking tournament from fucking Northrend. What the fuck was that thing called? Argent. Was it the Argent tournament? So the Argent tournament. Yeah, I was right. So the Argent tournament launched.
Of the Crusade.
I don't know. There's so many WoW things that's bogged up in my brain. So
The Grand Tournament is what launched.
the Grand Tournament
The
launched.
Grand Tournament.
All right. So I was expecting this big expansion. It was going to be cool, maybe get this and that. So they added a couple of new character classes, which are basically just the old character classes with a new picture, right? And I'm a sucker, so I bought Meriden, because fuck that hat, right? So I'm a sucker, so I bought Meriden. But whatever. But it's basically the same warrior that was always there. You just have a different, picture. It's now Murden instead of fucking whatever that orc's name was. And, yeah, they added the Argent Tournament deck, which is 130 new cards. And that's it. So maybe I was hoping that there would be, like, more PvE content, since all I've got now is I finished Black Rock and I'm not really working on any of that shit. So I don't know. Thanks for the new... And you don't even get any new cards. You gotta, like, buy the packs like normal. So there's new cards. I don't know.
I enjoyed Hearthstone. I'm just so terrible at those card games, just like I was when I tried to play Magic, that, you know, I'd get somebody down to, like, 1 health. You know, they'd be about to die, and all of a sudden they'd be full health, and I would get raped, and I just wouldn't understand what the fuck just happened.
Here's the deal. You have to understand your deck. And to a certain extent, if you want to play on a very high level, you have to understand all the cards so that when you see certain cards coming up in your opponent's deck, you kind of know what kind of deck they're playing with and pseudo know what to expect coming out of their deck.
So I could never do it.
There's a lot of meta, kind of like playing like League of Legends, you know what I mean? There's a lot of memorized meta that you have to know in order to really play at a high level. I don't play at a high level at all. Go figure. But I try to get to every season they have. If you get to rank 20, you start at 25. If you get to rank 20, you unlock a card back so that you can change the backs of your cards. So I try to get to rank 20 every season, which is not that difficult. I usually get there pretty easily.
Oh,
So,
okay.
yeah.
I'll probably get back into it and try it again.
It's good. I think what that game is missing is it feels very encapsulated when you're playing it. It's very, even though it's a multiplayer game, I feel like very much like it's just me by myself playing randoms all the time. And I feel like if they had some multiplayer content where, say, the 3 of us could be on one team and, like, play other people, they'd add a lot more of a social element to that game that it doesn't have right now. So, We'll see. We got Path of Exile versus Diablo 3. I don't even know where to start with this one, because when Diablo 3 first came out, I was like, what the fuck is this shit? And then when Path of Exile came out, I was like, wow, this is what Diablo 3 should have been. But I don't know if I feel that way anymore. Like, I haven't played Path of Exile. It's free to play. I haven't played it in forever.
So here was my impression of Path of Exile, because I'd always seen it pop up in my Steam. This is suggested for you, and I was like, I'll give it a shot, because I read the same thing. I was like, this is what D3 was supposed to be, and I'll give it a shot. You get into it, and it is really hardcore. It is for the hardcore of the dungeon crawlers. Because like I did the same thing when I got to D3. I was like, what the fuck is all this? You know, I was like, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Blah blah blah. But after, playing it for like 2 or 3 hours, like I have an idea. However, with Path of Exile, every time I open that fucking skill tree, which by the way, if you zoom out, you still can't have it all on your fucking monitor because it's 3,000 skills or some nonsense. It's insane. That's the biggest difference between the two. Is one for the super hardcore crowd that really wants to crunch numbers and do all this other crazy shit, which that's great and ain't for me. Whereas Diablo 3, I can just get in and, like we did today, play for over 12 hours
and not think about it. Yeah.
And not think, just sit there bullshitting and hitting 3 or 4 keys, and I know what's going to happen and what's going on.
Making anal docking jokes the whole way through.
Making the anal docking joke. Oh, well, actually.
So, yeah, it's funny because like people would be like, "Yo, how do I get the skill Blinding Light?" And they're like, "Well, you got to take a left at Soaring Wind, and then go down 4 blocks and take a right over at fucking Farting Toad or whatever the fuck their abilities are called." Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, I remember the first time I played it, my buddy was showing it to me. And he was like, I was like, oh, I got a skill point. He's like, yeah, hit this button. Okay, open up your window. I was like, wow, there's a lot of skills. He's like, zoom out. Holy shit. No.
A lot of skills.
Keep zooming out. Holy fuck. No, dude, zoom out all the way. Okay, click this button to see the entire map. And I'm like, what the map? There's a map of my skills? Like, what the fuck?
It's insane.
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous.
Each skill leads to another little skill, which leads to another little skill, and it just branches off. It's crazy. I could see, sitting there for like days trying to figure out a perfect build to just didn't do anything.
Well, and I think there's something to be said, and this is the wild star dilemma, right? So when you build a video game, do you build it for the mass market or do you build it for the hardcore? And I think everybody likes to pretend that they're hardcore, but they just want to get in a video game, have fun, and bullshit with their friends. Like, that's for the most part what people are doing, right? And I think Blizzard has really honed in on how to do that. They did it with Heroes of the Storm, they did it with Hearthstone, and these hardcore games that they're going after. Heroes of the Storm is a blatant MOBA ripoff, right? But they stripped all the complicated headache shit out of it and just made it fun. Hearthstone is a blatant Magic ripoff, but they stripped all the complicated shit out of it and just made it fun. And I feel like that's a winning formula, and and you could even say the same thing about fucking World of Warcraft to EverQuest, you know what I mean? They stripped a lot of the tediousness out of it, and that's kind of been Blizzard's forte. And people are like, oh, that's for noobs. That's like Fisher Price, my first MOBA, you know what I mean? But the numbers speak for themselves, and what becomes really interesting is what they're going to do with Overwatch. Is Overwatch going to be CSGO stripped down to its core elements and just fun as fuck?
I think Overwatch is going to be more along the lines of a Team Fortress 2 type of game. Honestly, it doesn't speak to, or doesn't really remind me of CS at all. Because I mean, hell, there's really not that much to CS either. You point your goddamn cursor to somebody's head, pull the trigger, and hopefully you fucking get it before they do.
So do you think this is a new thing for Blizzard? Well, let's back up. Do you think this is going to be a free-to-play game?
Overwatch?
Buy skins, buy fucking
I think it is, and I think it'll be just like Heroes. It'll be like, okay, well, you can choose from these guys in the free rotation, or you can unlock them, and then you can unlock these skins and maybe these cool little
player
like
frames,
actions they can do, just stuff like that.
Emotes,
I think
who knows?
more than likely it'll go that way because.
Do you think? Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, just like we were talking about the numbers with Heroes of the Storm. Heroes of the Storm's free to play, and I mean it's obviously doing well.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I alone have supported at least 3 developers.
well, I always swore I would never try a MOBA because it didn't look fun to me. It looked like just all this work, and I mean, I think even in the last podcast we talked about it, I was just not interested in that. But I tried Heroes of the Storm yesterday, and that was a lot of fun. It wasn't really that confusing. It was like, okay, I got these skills, like do this, I go over here and attack, and okay, easy, awesome.
Yeah, it's really easy to get into, jump into. I'm sure playing at a high level is a lot more complex.
Well,
There's a lot of meta and tediousness, but when you're just jumping in with friends, having fun, smashing motherfuckers, like it's pretty cool. I dig it, and there's enough variance from game to game that I think they nailed it. So Overwatch comes out, year or two goes by, it's wildly successful. What's next for Blizzard?
Legion.
Well, no. I'm saying new. So if you look at it, they've got the number one RTS. They got the number one MMO, which is currently debatable, but historically they've got the number one MMO. They've got they're now going to have a shooter, which is probably going to skyrocket to the top of the charts. They've got a MOBA. They've got a card game. Like, it seems to me like they're just knocking down genre after genre. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's next? What genres have they not fucked with yet?
Maybe they're going to come out with a
game.
landmark clone that actually is worth a shit. They're going to come out with an upgraded Minecraft, and it's going to be amazing.
Oh my god, could you imagine a Blizzard voxel-based creation game?
I actually could, and it really excites me, because that would be a sweet game.
Blizzard goes Rust. Elves and
Could you imagine a
dwarves.
Blizzard survival game?
Yeah, that'd be epic. I would play the crap out of that game.
Yeah, I could see that. That'd be pretty sweet.
That would be pretty badass. You wouldn't need I think there's more to survival if you do go more fantasy oriented than like modern oriented. Make people have a hard time fighting each other with bows and shit, as opposed to just giving everybody submachine guns.
Well,
Those in Magic.
Yeah,
Magic would be insane, and you could like learn spells by unlocking tomes that you find in the world or some shit.
You have to research it and put books together.
Reign of Kings, that's what I was thinking about. Reign of Kings tried that.
There's a lot to be said about execution.
That game is fucking terrible. I'm so pissed off that I gave them my money.
Doesn't mean that it's conceptually bad. It's just executed bad poorly.
Yeah.
So, And hey, it's early alpha. You knew what you were getting into, motherfucker.
Yeah.
They caught you.
I'm still pissed off that I paid them any money.
So
that'd be pretty cool if Blizzard did like a survival game or something like that. It'd be pretty fun.
So what do we think about Trove having like 9 billion fucking people playing it like it's the new crack?
That's what it is. It's fucking crap.
I don't
And
think
Trove's deceiving.
Tryon saw that coming. Like Trove started as a side project from 3 guys at Tryon. And doing crazy stuff, like 3/4 of their fucking weapons and shit and armor are crafted by players. Like, people are making shit and putting it on their Reddit, and they're putting it in the game. Like, it's kind of grown into its own beast, man. It's insane.
Yeah, I don't know. Because fucking Murky and Nakey made me play that shit one day, and I ended up staying up from... I downloaded it like 7 at night, and I stayed up till fucking PT the next day. And I couldn't get off because I was just like, this is so stupid, but so much fun.
Yeah, it's fucking... To me, I put a shit ton of hours into Trove, and to me, it gets kind of repetitive. Like, there's no... You have, like, a beginning goal. I need to build my cornerstone up, and I need to kind of get situated, right? I need to find a club, I need to build up my property, blah, blah, blah. And then you get there, and you're kind of like, all right, I gotta level my guys, right? And you start doing these dungeons, and so that's the mid-tier, right? It seems like there's no end tier. Does that make sense?
Well, I don't know. I think that there is, because as Naked and them were still playing it, and they were doing all sorts of really cool things. Like, things would pop up, and they would go do, like, crazy missions to get shadow level gear or whatever. I don't fully understand it, because I didn't do it with them, but it seemed like there was some kind of end game.
Yeah, so maybe I just haven't gotten that far, because I've another company I've given a bunch of money to. I've got a whole bunch of their, I've got every single one of the classes unlocked. Most of them are halfway or 2/3 of the way to end level. I've been playing Trove. As a Twitch streamer, I was given a key a day or two after the alpha launched, when it was still closed alpha and all this other stuff. Mm-hmm. The game, there wasn't even like cornerstones yet. There wasn't anything. There was only one class, and you only had one attack. Like, it was bad at the beginning. Like, it was fun. You could see the potential, but there was nothing in the game. There wasn't even terrain on the first day. Like, it was just flat. Like, it was weird. But it's cool to see it have grown into something.
It's definitely grown into something.
Yeah. I'd like to see their weapon creator type thing built into the game, where you can, in like a shop in your house, build a machine where you can go into it and kind of snap your own weapons and armor and stuff together, like voxel by voxel. I think that'd be probably the next logical progression.
Pretty sweet.
So, Fear the Walking Dead. Worst segue known to man. Going from Trove to Fear the Walking Dead, but...
TV shows.
Oh, I'm so clipping that for the fucking bumper.
I'm a GIF and a buffer. Fuck yeah.
Bumper.
Bumper to
Whatever.
bumper.
All right.
Bumper.
It's
Oh
fuck you
my.
guys.
So-
I need liquor. This sucks.
Fear the Walking Dead. Do you want a root beer?
I do. Pass it to the camera, please.
Oh, if I had another root beer or two in me, I would have just thrown it at the monitor. My wife would have come in like, what the fuck?
We're streaming. Don't come in here.
We almost called you. You may.
Oh.
So anyway, what is this Fear the Walking Dead?
Well, there's
So-
dead people and they're walking around and you're scared as hell.
And we're supposed to be. Are we afraid
It's
of them, or
weird.
are they afraid of us?
Well, they're afraid of us because they're dead, and they're afraid we're gonna discriminate and all that. You know, dead lives matter.
They're dead liberals.
No. So, basically, the first episode was last Sunday, and it's supposed to be what happens between the time, you know, when Rick's in his coma, right? We never fully see... We get little bits and pieces through the Walking Dead story of, you know, the world as it was going to shit. Well, this actually... Exactly, prequel. Not really prequel, it's same timeline, a part of it. It's just what actually is going on right before we pick up where Rick and that group are. Now, I don't know how they're going to make this drag into more than a season. I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know if maybe each season's going to be a different family or something, because right now they're focused on one family. Maybe each season will be a different family and how they are handling the zombie apocalypse and stuff like that. But it was really solid. It was a really good show. It was, it was decently slow. There was a lot of story, but that's to be expected in a show like this because there's a lot of shit to get out. But it looks really good, and if you haven't watched it, I highly suggest that and The Last Ship actually is another really, really good show.
So speaking about Fear the Walking Dead, I like the idea that you just said that each season might be a focus on a different family. Have you watched American Horror Story?
No, I keep meaning to because I've heard nothing but great things about it.
So it's amazing, and one of the things that's amazing about this show is every season is its own encapsulated season that has literally absolutely nothing to do with the prior or next season, right?
Right.
So the story starts at the, episode 1 of the season and is wrapped up and finished at the end of the season, right? Which, in its own way, is pretty awesome because after, 5 seasons of The Walking Dead or whatever now?
Yeah.
I'm kind of getting bored of seeing the same fucking people over and over and over, and it's like, where the fuck is this story going? Like, you know what I mean? So, and I feel like since that type, the zombie genre, and Walking Dead in particular, is kind of ripe for them telling different people's stories. It's kind of ripe for them telling different people's stories, you know what I'm saying? And that each season to season, would be genius for them to go and tell a different story each time, and that way they can wrap it up. And if they ever did cancel the show, you're not saying, "Oh, what happens to these people I've been following for 10 years?" Blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd like to see something like that. I haven't watched it yet. I'll give it a chance. Has anybody ever kept up with what happened to Better Call Saul, the fucking Breaking Bad spinoff?
Oh fuck no! Because I started watching it and it was awesome.
Is it good?
For some reason, I really liked it, but I never continued on. I don't know why. I don't think there was any reason. I think I just didn't keep up with watching it.
Yeah, I might have to check that out.
I think
So
we play too many video games for like hours on end.
this is going to be interesting.
Such nerd.
We would normally be going into the mailbag right now. Since we have no fucking bag, since we have no mailbag, we can ask our illustrious chat room questions, but I have a feeling they're not going to be related questions, and they're going to be kind of weirdly innuendo-laced fucking personal questions.
I'm pretty sure Cool Breeze would send us a letter. As a matter of fact,
Sure he would.
Cool Breeze, while you're in old Port Irwin, you should send us a letter each week for the mailbag, and we'll answer it, and you can know the answer when you get back.
It could be an email.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be a mailed letter. Like, we're going to open the letter, the envelope on the air. And
Yes.
Like, okay.
No, not email. You will send a fucking handwritten letter.
That's awesome.
It's stoicgaming@gmail.com. I'm not going to type, so it's dump on my fucking keyboard. But it's stoicgaming@gmail.com. And if anybody has questions or anything they want read on the air, maybe we can get Chris to sing your letter in tune or something along those
I
lines.
can't
Yeah.
guarantee the tune, but I'll sing the shit out of it.
Yeah, so
Rap
so
it, I'm sure.
you can contact us, of course, stoicgaming.com, twitter.com/stoicgaming, facebook.com/stoicgaming. We have a Steam group. I don't know what the address is for that. You'll have to find it. We got all types of shit, but you can always email us at stoicgaming@gmail.com. So write us, leave comments below the YouTube video. You know what I'm saying? This is our first actual podcast on YouTube as opposed to Twitch, which I'm kind of digging. So we'll see how it goes. And yeah, that's all I got. Any closing thoughts?
Oh, next podcast will not be this shitty because it
No.
is way too late. This is
We
terrible.
will not be this drunk. Well,
Yeah.
no, wait, that's not a promise. We probably will be this drunk,
Look,
but we'll be earlier.
This is what I'm going to say, is that if you guys at home start drinking at the beginning of the podcast, by the end you won't give a fuck on what our performance is.
So from now on in the description, it says 3 to 4 drink minimum before podcast.
So what are we
Correct.
doing for After Hours? Is going to be Diablo 3?
Diablo
Diablo
3.
After Hours should have ended like an hour ago, but
Yeah.
We're in after hours.
So-
We've been in after hours for 2 hours now.
from all of us at Stoic Gaming, thank you and good night.